Why do many Black Americans show more support for ICE than the new Black Panther Party? This video dives into differing perceptions, trust, and legitimacy within the community, highlighting deep-rooted historical and social dynamics.
We respect nonviolence, but to sit and watch ourselves be slaughtered like our brother, we must defend ourselves, as Malcolm X said, by any means necessary.
Hello, Freedman family and our riders.
The introduction establishes a juxtaposition between nonviolence and self-defense, drawing on figures like Malcolm X and Bobby Seale to underscore a historical context of activism. The mention of such leaders connects modern struggles to past movements, highlighting a legacy of resistance in Black American history. This framing could suggest enduring themes of empowerment and identity reclamation, especially relevant amid ongoing social tension.
That was the beautiful elder Bobby Seale, and one of the original founding members of the original Black Panther Party.
Everything
you scared people, Huey. The Black Panthers scared people.
Anytime the black man attempts to change the slave image, he will scare white people. So the Black Panther Party, I thank you. When you said that we scared people, that means that we were creating a positive black image for ourselves.
And this was Dr. Huey P. Newton, one of the other original founding members of the original Black Panther Party.
The legacy of the Black Panther Party is explored through reflections on how their image and actions once evoked fear, highlighting their role in reshaping Black identity and empowerment. Founders like Huey P. Newton emphasized creating a positive image and standing against oppression, which challenges stereotypical narratives of aggression. This analysis suggests the Panthers' radical approach differed significantly from mere militancy, advocating structural reform and community support.
Can you feel what they're saying? Because most of us can feel when an FBA freedman is real and authentic. You see, we could feel that they were about the FBA community and about Black oppression. They understood it was the enemy. Now, speaking of the Black Panther Party and real and what's authentic, I was strolling through TikTok and came across a group who have labeled themselves as the new Black Panther Party. Now, one person who has stood out to me in particular was Paul Birdsong, who labels himself as the chairman of the new Black Panther Party. And he's been causing a lot of conversation as he's been seen on video speaking out against ICE and making threats. Definitely doing a lot and saying a lot. Now, before we get into this clip, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Emancipation Media, as well as my channel that I will be speaking on this year.
An introduction to current Black activism, including the new Black Panther Party's opposition to ICE, calling for community defense against perceived threats. This reflects a continued struggle against oppression, but raises questions about legitimacy and alignment with original Panther values. The divergence between historical goals and contemporary tactics suggests a strategic shift, prompting examination of motivations and impacts on community and perception.
Threads talks. Now let's get into this clip.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for self-defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and it needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make.
What in the fake Dr. Huey P. Newton COINTELPRO smelling activity is this? Normally, I would be ecstatic because I'm a huge fan of the Panther Party, but who this? Where did he come from? And is he FBA? I have never heard of him, and I don't know anybody else who have heard of him. He's sitting here talking about what he's going to do and what he won't let ICE do. And from what I've learned, the Black Panther Party stood on business, and they were for their own people. Now, the party actually started to stop police brutality and crime within the Black community. Black people are not being brutalized out here by ICE. And since when has the Black Panther Party went around patrolling in defense of them folks' women? Now, Fred Hampton was into maybe working with others out of Chicago, but many of the other Black Panther Party members were patrolling their people and their neighborhoods. So again, I ask, who is this and what is the motive? I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. FBA mostly only get involved with moral justice, scamming the government of millions, fighting for illegals to be here and get more tangible resources than Americans, especially Black Americans, is not moral justice. You see, when Black Americans protested, boycotted, and marched, we did it because we wanted to be treated like the American citizens we were. Our experience is completely different from everyone else. This man is out here making public threats on camera about federal agents.
Criticism targets the new Black Panther Party's tactics, questioning their alignment with the original mission of protecting Black communities. Concerns about public threats towards ICE agents and a perceived focus away from Black community interests highlight fears of lost authenticity. The discussion emphasizes possible infiltration and manipulation akin to COINTELPRO tactics, suggesting skepticism about the organization's true agenda and effectiveness in supporting Black Americans.
Not just regular cops, but federal agents who Trump is trying to give immunity to. He's still on the streets talking. That's a red flag to me, because the original Black Panther Party was so powerful that the government literally had to do things to sabotage them. If he was really considered a threat, they would have definitely came to pick him up already. Now, currently, he's being investigated only now from reports. I mean, these people were so fearful of the original Panther Party that they did everything to stop them, including banning their guns and paying our own to infiltrate the organization. You really think people who feared Black unity so much and locked up the original Panthers for less would not do something about what this man is saying? And he done made it easy for them to get to him. His foolishness is documented. He ain't that bright, I don't think. Now, in the words of my grandmother, something in the milk is not clean. And the words, there will never be another Black Messiah unless we create him, comes to mind. That was Edgar J. Hoover while creating and talking about COINTELPRO. The 1990s movie Panther. You see how fast them people freaked out? And the Panthers weren't even coming up there to attack them. Child, please, they would have been done picked this man up. Something is wrong. Also, the original Black Panther members never just walked around threatening people. They were about their business. Yes, they were armed Black men and women, but these men and women were armed for a reason. Police brutality was a major issue back in the Black community then, and it still is sometimes now. They didn't go around making random threats about what they were going to do. They did what they needed to do for their own community. Now, if you came at them, then they came back with force. And that's another depiction from the movie Panther. You see, Black Panthers went around patrolling areas to protect our people from police brutality and crime, not go into no situation that has nothing to do with them risking themselves for illegal behavior. Now, people can say what they want, but ICE is not out here harassing Black Americans like that. And if you're going to say anything about FBA being detained, we never heard of stop and frisk. And you could be detained or stopped because they've placed a lot of these illegals in our areas. Also, FBA men and women aren't into any of the things that this man is talking about. We focused on ourselves and watching them destroy each other, not worrying about who break the law. And also, since when would a Black Panther lose their mind over losing one of them folks' women? Now, I've been told that the new Black Panther Party does things like give out food to the communities, but the originals didn't just give out food and post foolish threats on social media. Also, all my life, I've been surrounded by FBA men and women, and I've never seen many of us do many things that would bring heat on us or any more attention with law enforcement that we needed, let alone federal agents. Not only do I wonder if he's even of my lineage, but did he get the memo that many FBA men and women aren't trying to go into these streets? We know that we would be an automatic target, especially with immunity. And we're just not interested anymore in being targets for anybody else or any foolish, unjust cause. I definitely don't see the original Black Panther Party members defending this foolishness or anti-Black people from ICE. FBA men and women are in the house, focused on minding our business, maintaining our families, putting our group self-interest first. I'm confused as to who this man is. How did he pop up out of nowhere? Because it's giving COINTELPRO. And it feels like a ploy to get FBA in them streets. Now, family, something is off here with me. Tell me, am I tripping? Do you think the new Black Panther Party is real? Have you heard of this man? Do you think the originals would have supported him? Or do you think it's a ploy? Let me know below. I want to circle back around to the Black Panther Party and go just a little bit more in depth about what the original group did. You see, a lot of people are under the impression that this was a hate group or this group was out here terrorizing them folks. The original Black Panther Party was nothing to play with. And you know what? It's funny, they put this negative narrative on them, but it didn't stop them from stealing a lot of the Panthers' ideas. See, they can get rid of everything and plot on everything but the KKK. When we think of the Black Panther Party, an image of black men and women with pow-pows filled with hate comes to many minds. Check your sources, and most likely it was the public school system or them folks who bitter. The Black Panther Party was a black organization founded in 1966 by Dr. Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale to challenge their hate for police brutality and oppression of their people. Get your facts straight. Now, the Panthers empowered their own people more than the federal government ever could, and they had no problem striking back at them folks who attacked them. And this is why they created the narrative that they were a hate group. You see, they love all the black American people who make them feel comfortable. The Black Panthers made them feel very uncomfortable. And these people became such a threat that Edgar J. Hoover literally labeled them as a hate group and used COINTELPRO to target them. Now, for those who don't know, COINTELPRO, look it up, is a series of illegal acts conducted by the own FBI aimed at infiltrating, discrediting, and destroying the organization. Literally destroying it, turning them against each other, all these crazy things. And they weren't the only people who were under the attack of COINTELPRO. So anyway, listen up to just a few things done by these hateful brothers and sisters. The Free Breakfast Program. The Free Breakfast for School Children program was set up in 1968 by the Panthers. More than 20,000 children received the full free breakfast of bread, bacon, eggs, grits, and more before going to school daily, and this was in 19 cities. Free medical clinics. People's free medical centers were established across the country in storefronts and in trailers. The Panthers offered services to their people such as testing for high blood pressure, TB, diabetes, cancer detection screenings, physical exams, treatment for colds and flu, and immunizations. SAFE, which stands for Seniors Against a Fearful Environment. Now, SAFE was a black nonprofit that was started by the Black Panther Party, and its purpose was to prevent muggings and attacks upon the black elderly, particularly when they went out to cash their Social Security checks. Now, prior to approaching the Black Panther Party, the black seniors had gone to the Oakland Police Department, but received no protection because of who they were. The People's Free Ambulance Service. Now, the People's Free Ambulance Service operated with at least one ambulance on a 24-hour emergency basis and from 8 to 5 p.m. on a non-emergency basis. Now, people were transported to and from hospitals or their doctor's appointment in a comfortable ambulance by black, courteous, and knowledgeable medical professionals, honey. The Free Food Program. Now, this program provided free food to Black Americans and other oppressed people. The community was provided with bags of fresh food containing items like eggs, canned fruits and vegetables, chickens, milk, potatoes, rice, bread, cereal, and more. A minimum of a week's supply of food was included in each bag. Some say this program and or the breakfast program inspired our current WIC program. They advocated for and taught self-defense. Now, the Panthers decided to take up their constitutional right to carry arms and to implement self-defense by patrolling the police and anybody else who brutalized their people. They did this at a time when severe police brutality was common, much like now. Now, members were encouraged to carry pow-pows and to defend themselves against them folks who constantly attacked them and others. They also gave community classes on this. Now, when Black Americans began learning about pow-pows, laws were passed to stop this. Now, anyone can say what we need to do or simply find a way to criticize others, but these Black American freedmen, men and women, did exactly what was needed. They didn't wait on anybody else. They got to work and created their own lane to combat white supremacy. No excuses, no apologies, no fault finding. All right, family, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end and rocking with me. You are appreciated. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to the Emancipation Media channel, as well as my channel, More Threads Talks. So be sure now to tell me what you think in the comments about the new Black Panther Party, or you might want to add something that I could not note about the original Black Panthers. All right, guys.
The narration pivots to the original Black Panther Party, focusing on their strategic community programs like free breakfast and medical services. It contrasts with the new group's confrontational approach, affirming a lost ethos of self-reliance and community development. The juxtaposition with historical COINTELPRO actions underlines potential dangers of discrediting and dismantling. This reflection urges scrutinizing new movements claiming heritage, seeking substance over bravado,